What's going on, people? Thanks for coming on the podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Come on, have a little bit more excitement in this.
I'm nervous.
It's so funny. I've had so many people on because obviously the one thing about like Riverside is there's not a lot of podcasts. So the one cool thing is like a lot of our people are first times. Yeah. So it's like every person starts out like super nervous, and then they're like they get done. I've had people so nervous, and then we get done like, I can do my own podcast, right? Like I can start doing my own, don't you think? And I'm like, yeah, of course. So why? Sure.
We can rent out space.
Yeah, we can rent the space out. This show is sponsored by Resilient Real Estate Group, powered by EXP. So, you're thinking about buying and selling soon? Yes, we know you probably know a realtor, your mom's best friend's cousin's neighbor, who puts her face on the local shopping cart. But you know what? Our friends at Resilient Real Estate Group have helped hundreds of thousands of people sell houses over the years, and they definitely know what they're doing based on their 5-star review on Google and Zillow. So, it doesn't matter if you're looking to buy $1 million house or a fixer-upper, make sure the next time you're thinking about buying and selling real estate, you give our friends a call over at Resilient Real Estate Group. And now we're back to the show. So why don't you tell everyone who you guys are?
My name is Tina. This is my husband, Israel. So, and we are linked up.
Linked up. Why don't you tell people what that is?
So, linked up is pretty much, we came off of a bike club. So we ride BMX bikes.
BMX bikes.
Yeah, you probably see us take over.
Are you guys? Yeah, straight over town. So I used to work. I used to live in the apartments right across the street from the convention center.
Yeah.
So it always was your group always meeting out in the convention center parking lot?
Usually that's kind of our halfway point. We'll stop right there and kind of let everybody catch up.
Just regroup.
Yeah. So you'll see us there. We actually ride with a couple of different groups that meet right there too. So
I'm a road bike guy, so I get the group things.
Okay.
Yeah, mountain bike, road bikes.
Nice.
Yeah, so I get that whole thing. So what made you guys get into riding BMX bikes? Mm-hmm. Was it who started the BMX bike first? Was it you or?
Yeah, it was actually my husband.
Yeah.
He saw his friend. It's your story. You want
to
tell it?
Yeah.
It was actually on Instagram. One of my friends from high school, he was riding, and then I'm just like, "You're riding a bike? I want to ride a bike."
Yeah.
So I saw him and I was like, "Bro, where did you get your bike and where can I get one?" And then that was the time of COVID.
Oh, so this is like recent.
Yeah.
I got into biking in COVID too. My best friend, or a really good friend of mine, works at a bike shop. And
Which one?
He works at InCycle. Out in Rancho now, and it's like more like road bikes and stuff like that. So he's like a downhill mountain bike racer.
Oh wow!
So like I understand the pain of trying to get bikes during that time.
Yeah,
like it was insane.
It really was though. So he told me that just start looking for the 29s of big BMX bikes, and I was like, okay, cool. So I'm online and I'm looking everywhere.
Can't find one.
Nowhere. So I finally come across one in San Diego.
And you truck all the way down.
Yeah, I told him to. I called him up. He's like, I have two. I was a hold one. He's well, it's not gonna go. Hold one. I'm on my way. And I told her, I was like, let's go. We're going to San Diego right now. So
did he get you food that time? Did he promise food again?
On the way back.
He promised
on the
food.
way back.
Okay.
Yeah. On the way back.
Good to know. His mood is like promise food and we'll go. My girlfriend's the same way. Like if I enter food, like I can almost get away with anything. But I always have to ask when she's already full. You know what I mean? Like then because if she's hungry, then it's like I bring snacks in my pockets sometimes just to make sure.
Yeah.
So what made you? So what was it about bikes that made you want to get into it?
I think it was just the nostalgia of it,
Just going back to your old simple times.
It really was though, growing up, I actually grew up right here in Colton, then we moved to Riverside, but in Colton, we rode bikes until it got dark.
Dude, I tell you what, kids nowadays miss that. They don't have the bikes until dark, where it's like street lights on, come home. That doesn't exist anymore because I have 3 kids and like
really?
They don't know anything about that life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was just freedom. We'd ride and end up on the other side of town and then ride back and it's time to eat and shower,
And that was before cell phones or trackers. So your parents had no idea.
No clue.
They had no clue
where
you're at. It was just like you had to have the faith of we followed the light rule. But then you knew if you didn't follow the light rule, you were never going to go again.
Yeah, you were definitely going to pay.
So you're going to pay. So you first got into it, right?
Yeah.
You ran a 29.
Yeah.
Everyone don't know 29s is the wheel size.
The wheel size.
Wheel size.
Correct.
And then what made you get into it?
Well, I don't want to get left behind.
Well, 100%. Yeah.
So it's either get a bike or, just hear about it when he gets home.
Yeah.
So We started off as beach cruisers. That's what I had, and I used to love riding at the beach. So we had beach cruisers, and then when he had his first 29, I wanted to ride it, and then I was like, I want one.
Yeah.
I don't want to ride the beach cruiser anymore, so I got his, and then he got a new one.
Oh, you still go with the 29 too?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so hard. Beach cruisers are just not a great bike.
It's not the same ride.
Dude, it's
No, not
literally
at all.
like people always like that are not in the bike world. They're like, you have a mountain bike, you have a road bike. I'm like, yeah, I really want a gravel bike. And they're like, why do you need so many bikes? I'm like, you really don't understand this. But every bike is meant for one thing, and they don't really transition well.
No.
No, like I've ridden my mountain bike with slow road bike guys, and I'm like, I can't keep up. The bikes are just like trying to keep up on a
Designed
beach cruiser. I could imagine was
No,
just a unbelievable thing.
Yeah, definitely had to get a 29.
So do you guys put lights in your tires and rims and all that stuff? Do you dial up the bikes like that?
Yeah, we do have some LED lights on there right now. Kind of stand out.
Kind of
pretty
really
nice.
stand out.
They
Yeah.
bright. Yes.
Yeah.
So what made you so how did you find out from the group? So how did you guys like go from like, okay, I got a bike, now I'm going to go into a group. How was it? Cuz the bike world's weird.
It is.
It is very intimidating.
It is, yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
thank God I have like an in, like I get the wink, like this guy's cool. But like when I would go into bike shops, like not that bike shop where everyone knew me, it's a very like intimidating vibe. So how did you guys sneak into a bike group?
Yeah.
And that started with my friend.
Okay.
He was part of a group already, and I'm not too sure at that time, but yeah, he was part of the group, and they've been friends since they were all in elementary school. So they grew up riding bikes together, and then they became adults and started riding bikes again. So we were able just to kind of transition
right in.
into that. And then it was time where I was like, okay, well, most of the time it was her and I anyways, so it's like, okay, well, let's do our own thing then, so we did. We jumped in and started linked up in February. Yeah, in February. The first idea came in about December, January, and I was like, let's run with this. Let's do something with it.
Did you feel like there was a need of it? That you felt like there was going to catch on? Because there's a lot of people out there. If you've ever been in Riverside and you've come across this like bike gang,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, there's a lot of
There's
people
so
out there.
many
Yes.
bike crews.
Do you guys start at Mr. Taco? Is that where you guys start?
We did start with Stax, Larry from Stax
Yeah.
BMX. We started over there, and then now they're meeting over here at the park, right from the bottom of Mount Rubidoux.
Oh, that park.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they meet there, and then they roll out from there. We roll with, like I said, a couple of different groups, but that was our main one that we started with, and that was huge when it first started out. Every Tuesday, it would at least be 200 to 300 people, minimum.
Yeah.
But then you're looking at days where it's about 300, 400.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
how
Wild.
many people.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Are a lot of these people from Riverside, or are they just kind of all over?
All over.
Yeah.
So what made you guys start? Like, I see your hat, I see your shirt. So like, okay, you started this group, and how did that like? Did you get momentum from your group really fast off the bat, or?
So it's not really a group. It's actually just my husband and I.
Okay.
This was actually just a design that he created for our anniversary. It was an anniversary gift, is what it was.
Babe, don't watch this
Yeah.
podcast. Thanks, man.
So
Listen,
he actually.
I'll make a shirt too.
Yeah.
God dang it.
I have
I
one-
got a year. I'm good.
Yeah, I have
must
one good
planned.
idea every 5 years, and that's it. So don't worry about it.
Listen, okay, good. All right, I got 4 more years to go
Yeah.
then. Perfect. So it was an image for anniversary.
Right. He had his friend design it, and he actually asked, what do I think about turning it into this linked up? So what we basically do is just pick a couple a month and then just celebrate them, putting miles in life and marriage, and we just give them shirts, and we linked up with we Bike Baggy is actually donated some bags for us
So nice.
to
Yeah.
Awesome. And how did you pick your people?
we meet him.
Okay.
Yeah.
We just honestly, because there's so many bike crews out there right now. We go to San Diego, we go to Vegas, we're all over. And that's what I love about it. That it's so big, and we just go out and just meet couples. So we just so it's hard to pick a couple a month,
You're like, God dang it. You're like, you're going to be next month, you're going to be the month
Yeah.
after that.
It's hard.
it
It
is.
really is. Because there's a lot of great couples out there,
Yeah.
It's I'm not going to lie. I'm surprised this is such a couple thing. I mean, I'm not in that bike. Like where I ride, it's like road bike, your speed. It's like everyone's there training or working out, so it's like a thing. It's not a cruise, you know.
Yeah, it's super casual.
Yeah, like you guys are super casual. So it's a lot of like date night, couple night. Like that's kind of the vibe.
And that's what we do. We actually started doing a couple's date night is what we do. Every other Friday, we'll look for a local restaurant. Right now, Thompson Brewery is awesome. They have it's a family-owned business, and I love that. Their food, their hospitality, it's just awesome being in there. So we actually started meeting there every other Friday, and then we'll just take a bike ride.
You know what place the food's amazing right now, and it's it's Arts Bar and Grill.
Where's that?
By Pizza Hut on University, between University and Mission Inn, right by the freeway. That place.
Okay, yeah.
If you want to ride in downtown and eat somewhere, that place. I mean, I've been preaching about that place like the last 3 weeks. So we went there, and
are you sponsored by them? Is that what you
No, I wish.
And the important
if you know
thing
anyone that owns Arts Bar and Grill, please send a discount code for my listeners. No, that place is amazing, but like and that's awesome that you guys do that. What really sparked that? Because it's always hard. Like, you have an idea, and then it's like nerve wracking. It doesn't. We're all 12 still. I tell my kids that all the time. Like, what you worry about now, you worry when you get older. You throw a birthday party, you worry that your friends are going to show up. When you get older, you throw a birthday party, you worry people are going to show up. It's like there's no difference. So how did it really help you guys? Because that's nerve wracking to put yourself out there and try to do these things. What was the feedback? Did you like kind of test the waters first, or did you just said, hey, this is what we're going to do? If you want to show up, great. If not, it's date night between my husband and me. Then.
Right. Yeah. So that was it. That was exactly what it was. It was date night, and I invited a few friends, and then they were like, "Well, can we invite friends because they know couples too?" I said, "Yeah," and it was huge from the very beginning. It's just been huge, and like I said, this was just a gift from my husband. But everybody loved it. We had such good feedback and just a lot of love for it. And everybody's like, "Can I get a shirt? Can I get a shirt?" And I was all, It was,
Now you gotta make another one, dude. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. Well, we have one in the works.
Oh, okay.
We definitely do.
But, so now we have our website up, and we have shirts, we have hats, and
so what do you guys do? What do you guys do outside of this? What's your full-time gigs?
So I'm part-time. I work part-time. We have grandbabies that I love spending time with.
Oh,
that's
awesome.
That's my part-time that I love with them. But I am an optician. I work in a private practice.
All right.
And my husband
diesel tech.
Okay. Yeah. How do you find the time?
She makes time for us.
Okay.
And she makes us go out there.
Like seriously, like I know, dude, a long day or whatever. I assume you're like, I don't want to go like ride a bike
and
right now.
It's a process.
It's a process.
It is a process. Loading them up, getting ready, checking tires, checking things. It's because we're gonna be out there, and you never know what could happen.
100%.
So
I never realized how much bikes were work until now, and then the more expensive the bikes are, the more work they are.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I gotta take my thing into the shop, and that's whatever. And then they gotta because the shifter's off, because we have shifters and whatever. Then my front forks on my mountain bike needs to be redone and bleed and blah. I'm like,
all that wear and tear on yours, especially.
What the heck did I get myself into?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Luckily, ours is just one gear.
Exactly.
So it's not too bad, but we still have to take them in to get like a little small tune-up.
Yeah, you don't even realize how much work they are. What's your go-to bike shop?
We just started working with Don's out in Rialto.
Okay.
The guy is great. His mechanic is phenomenal. No, not yet.
Yeah.
Which one am I leaving?
Let's get a sponsor code for them. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
No, one of our good friends, he's sponsored by them. His bike club is sponsored by them. So I kind of get on his coattail.
Yeah.
One time we had 2 flats in one night on my bike, and he's all, I'll take him in tomorrow. He's all, you need a tune-up anyways. He's all, I'll take him in. He called up the mechanic from there.
Yeah.
And he's all, bring him in the morning.
It makes life so much easier.
I called. They had a 2 weeks waiting period.
Dude, it's so much.
He called.
When you got a guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't care about anything in life now. It's like, I try to tell people, like, I'm always just trying to find the guy.
Yeah.
That, like, I can have. So then you work around the like having the guy is more priceless than money.
Oh, it really is. Shout out Soup Outsiders. That's our guy.
Yeah, when you got the guy, and then you then talk to someone who doesn't have the guy, and you're like, oh, that's how it actually is. Like, what the? I never wait.
I had people telling me, DMing me on Instagram because I posted, Don's thank you this and that. And they're like, how did you get in?
Yeah.
I got a guy.
Yeah.
That's the thing is like I used to only go through the back door where the employees went to. So when I would get my stuff worked on, people would be like, "How did you get it done so quickly?" I'm like, "You didn't even come." I was like, "I don't even go through the front door. I don't even know where the front door is at."
Man.
But you know what's funny is it's like anything else is when you especially for us, it's like when you miss a few weeks, it's sometimes hard to get going again.
It really is.
You really can't miss because you just now I got to do this and that.
Right about that. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys like we go down because we're doing a little bit of other stuff. Is that ever happened in your guys' group? Is people falling or not paying attention and they run into each other and
it happens
huge.
all the time.
Oh, really?
Especially with hundreds
yeah.
of people on bikes, and then you have the young guys doing wheelies and all kinds of stuff. So
that's very impressive. I don't care who you are.
Yeah.
Like, you can run wheelies all the way down the street. And those are those tires because some of them are huge. Are they bigger than 29s?
There's a couple of them that ride 36.
36s, right?
Yeah,
I
have a friend who rides a 36, and he can pull it up too, like nothing.
I don't know how you do that,
Yeah.
but they're extremely heavy.
Yeah,
and they're
for
really
sure.
big.
Yeah,
but those tires are massive.
they are.
Yeah,
it's a lot of work. But we have fell.
I remember the first time I went on a road bike because I always did mountain before, and then I was like, let me get in a road and whatever, and. I remember the first group, and I went with like legit riders, and I was like and everyone's like so close. I'm still trying to figure out how to shift, and then people are like pointing sticks out, and I'm like, oh my god, like I'm like, and if I hit someone and I call a pilot, because we're all clipped in too, so I'm like, if we go down, we're going down, right? Like I was like. So nervous.
Yeah.
That was really a nerve-wracking thing to do.
Yeah.
And I think that's what a lot of couples like about us. They don't like riding with big groups
because it's intimidating.
Yeah, it is.
It's very
a lot of the
intimidating,
ladies. That's why the husbands like to bring the ladies to our group because they don't like to ride with the big groups.
Yeah.
Ours isn't that big. I mean, it's a nice size, but it's enough to where you don't feel intimidated. There's enough space, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you guys play music while you go? Do you have a speaker hook up to the bike and everything?
A lot of people have their speakers. The Electric Light Parade, they actually
Riverside Electric Light Parade, shout
they
out.
are friends of ours, and they have their speakers and their lights.
Yeah. Do you guys have you guys thought about going towards like some electric bikes so you can go longer? Or because I see some people do the 73s. Obviously, that's a big popular electric bike. Is the 73s. Okay. The Super 73s or whatever. Yeah. But you guys have talked about going electric.
Yeah, and she jumped on one, and I was like, "Don't do it!
You'll never want to
pedal again."
I will not ride electric because I know if I do, I will not want to go back.
Yeah, and that's my friend. He's all, "Get on my bike, bro! Get on!" And I'm like, "No, no. When my knees give out and I can't ride, I can't pedal anymore. I'll jump on an electric bike."
And I think that's why I don't want to go electric is because I like the physical.
100%. That's what you're there for.
Yeah, that's exactly what I want. Because to me, I'll be too comfortable in that one, and the whole reason I ride is to stay active. So
how far do you guys think you go a night when you ride?
For ours, we do 10 miles.
10 miles.
We don't do too many miles on that, but we on a bigger ride outs, we'll do between 16 and 20.
That's a lot of miles
on a single gear.
Bikes?
On a single gear, yeah.
That's really, honestly, that's very impressive.
And some of these guys are doing like 25, 30 miles, and I'm like, no, that's a lot.
This might be only a bike person would know this question, or do you guys wear seat pads? Do you wear sliders?
No, I thought about it in the beginning.
Oh my God,
those seats are not comfortable.
Nothing worse.
In the very beginning. In the very beginning.
I've never had such a sore butt in my life. It is unbelievable.
And people laugh when you say that. If they don't understand,
they don't know.
You don't understand, if you've never been on a
bike,
20 miles.
I don't even know what it's called, bike butt, whatever you want to call
That's a great name for that.
Bike butt. It is your butt is so sore.
Yeah.
And then you go to and then it's like almost like it gets scarred because then you just keep like kind of like riding on it and it hurts and you ride on it again and suddenly it just goes away.
Right, you become numb to it.
But then if you don't ride for a while, it comes back.
It starts right back again.
Oh my God!
We were out for a week and then I just went on one at the beach the other day and I got the bike butt.
Bike butt is
the bike
serious.
Butt.
I'm gonna make a shirt now. No bike butt.
Oh,
bike butt is literally. It is an epidemic that if you've never ridden a bike for a long time, I don't remember that when I was a kid. I never remember getting butt. Like now, it's like I think you have to hit the age of like 25 and older. It's like you only get. It's like it's an age thing. You only get butt bikes. Like, my butt hurts so bad. Even I ride my Peloton and I wear shorts on that. My girlfriend's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm running the Peloton. They're like, why do you have, I go, dude, my butt will be sore. I don't want to have Peloton butt over here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm walking sore. Adrian's like, what happened yesterday? Rode my bike.
Yeah, that's the worst part. You have to explain to your friends
exactly
why
you
walking.
like, oh. And then they laugh at you. You're like, go try it.
Yeah.
Go try it.
You know I can waste no time, because I gotta keep it tight. I'm in my bag, got my eyes on the price. You know I can waste no time, because I gotta keep it tight. I'm in my bag, got my eyes on the price. You know I can waste no time, because I gotta keep it tight. Give me the bass, give me the beat. I'm in my bag, this round is on me. Give me the bass, give me the beat. I'm in my bag, this round is on me. Give me the bass, give me the beat. I'm in my bag, this round is on me. Give me the bass, give me the beat. I'm in my bag, this round is on me.
So obviously you guys got into BMX. Have you guys wanted to itch into anything else? Like I got in a mountain, then I went to road, or you guys really like the culture of the BMX style?
I have friends at work that have been trying to get me out on the mountains.
To go mountain?
Yeah. And all of them have broken their clavicle.
Clavicle, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, no.
Dude, that's why I haven't ridden mountain in like probably 8 months. And my buddies are like, why aren't you riding? I'm like, dude, I'm not. If I catch a pedal and slam, which does happen.
Yeah.
And I break a collarbone or something, I don't have the time right now.
Exactly.
To be out.
Yeah.
But then the worst part about mountain that people don't understand is like the slower you go is the more dangerous, because you're like going down rocks and whatever. So when you're scared and you go slow, you have to really balance hard. When you're going fast, like you just hop down it, whatever. Yeah. So now I'm like in that mixture where I don't have the confidence, because the last time I rode, I pedal striked and slammed, and I'm not going fast right now. So it's like this mixture of like, it's scary.
It really is. Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
And she's like, honey, you can't miss work. So
and that's exactly it. I can't afford to miss work.
You can't miss. Like I have a buddy of mine that's a realtor, and he rides bikes. And he like last 2 times I've seen him, he's broken arm. I'm like, what happened? He's like, I was going down the jump line out in Marietta, and I've crashed and broke my arm. I'm like, dude, you've been in a cast for a year now. He's like, I know. Like,
Jeez.
no, thank you.
Yeah. At least you guys don't have to watch out for cars. I think that's the worst thing for us.
Road bike is cars, yes.
Yeah, I think that's the worst thing for us, because we've had friends that have
gotten hit
and killed, at that too. So, when you guys are out there, please be careful. We're out there too.
Pay attention, man. And it's the one, I won't ride road by myself. I won't even ride with one guy. Yeah. I like a pack.
Yeah.
Because when you're a pack, at least people can see you.
Yeah.
And I don't know how guys ride at night. Like, at least you guys have all the lights and you're in a pack. But when I see a roader just freaking one light on and one flash or whatever, and they're just I'm like, no, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they're moving so fast.
They're moving fast.
Something can happen easily on that.
Yeah, it's just, you don't appreciate, or you don't pay it. It's like anything else. Like, you don't pay attention to bike. Like now, like when I see a biker, I'm like, far left lane over.
Yeah.
Like the last thing I want to do, like if I'll move over just to pass and then go back, because it's like I don't want to scare him, or all of a sudden he slides over really quick, or there's something in the road that he doesn't see, and then he darts out or whatever.
Yeah.
It's very dangerous. It's actually more dangerous than I actually thought about before I got into it. Yeah. But at least when you go in the packs, at least you're not one person.
Yeah, of course. That's what, even when it's her and I, she wants to go right. And I'm a little leery about that too, because even anything can happen. Yeah, and that's a bad part.
And when you're riding in the city too, it's like all the driveways are what makes me nervous, because people pull out.
Yeah.
And they're just looking. You know what I mean? And they just they pull out just far enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you clip it. That's why I like going the. It's kind of boring, but whatever. But it's like the from Green River to the beach and back.
Oh, okay.
So it's like all bike path the whole way. Yeah. Like you don't have to it's far enough, but like you don't have to worry about cars. Like,
yeah, that's true.
Cars are they freak me out.
And I think that was the thing too with one of my friends who was saying, "Let's do that," and I was like, "That looks boring."
Yeah. you have to go. That's the issue. There's just not a lot to look at. You know what I mean? And so you have to almost do it like you're like there to like. Not work out, but like really pedal.
Yeah,
that's your main objective, just to pedal.
But I enjoy road. because I like talking to everyone. Mountain, like you're like climbing and you're like,
And you
and
can't
then
talk.
and then you have like
bombing hills
30
up.
seconds at the top, and then if your buddies are like really good like mine, they're like, all right, let's go, and you're like, okay, and then they're like flying, and you're like, and then I'm so far behind that I get to the bottom, and they're like, okay, let's go back up, and you're like,
Yeesh.
my God, can a man get a
No,
break for
no.
a second? You know, at least road like you're pedaling, and then you kind of working together to draft and all those kind of things. So as a plan, you said you had a design coming up on the new shirt.
Yeah.
Is the goal to start a clothing company?
Um,
Is that why you're on here? Is this a big announcement?
Well, it's moving in that direction now because there is just such a demand for what we have right now,
Yeah.
and we started moving into that direction. And like I said, it was a gift for her, and I said, "Do you want to sell it?" Because I don't want to sell it because it was a gift
Of
for
course.
you. And she's like, "Well, let's make a move, because everyone wanted it." And it's like, oh, when can we get a shirt? And then we have jerseys that we wear. You got you have to have your bike gear.
Oh, 100%.
You have to have your bike gear. So we have our jerseys, and people were like, oh, when are you going to put your next order? Can we get one? Can we get one? And it's like, well, that's kind of for us. Let's do the T-shirts. Let's do the T-shirts for everyone.
Do you print your own stuff, or who do you do
No,
it
we're
through?
working with one of the guys over here in Riverside right now, too.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
then our hats, he introduced us to the guy who was doing his hats, and everything's just kind of falling into place. She's been working hard at getting the business going, and she's got our LLC out there now. So
just got that.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
the
thank
website.
you.
I've had so many of these conversations with small business owners, and it's such a great thing to see someone that doesn't get scared.
oh, she was scared.
Well,
It was an intimidating world.
but still push through
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because it's like I said, we're all 12-year-olds. Like,
Yeah.
what if I make this shirt? And no, like
Exactly.
a buddy of mine that I grew up with, and we were good friends, owns One Love IE.
Oh,
And-
yeah.
yeah, Justin.
Yeah, Justin.
And
Great
me
guy,
and him have
man.
talks, and even him, like, okay, I came out with this hat line. What if it doesn't sell? What if I like it but no one else likes it? And then I just dropped all this merch money and it doesn't move. Like
Yeah.
it never is.
Yeah, we love Justin. We
Yeah,
actually talked
he's-
to him before we got started.
Oh,
He
Justin's
was,
the
he
best.
was pushing us
Yeah.
too. He's like, you've got to move on this. And
Yeah.
he was helping us out with domains. He's all, do this domain. How about this domain? And he's a great guy.
He
man.
is the perfect example of like if he ran for mayor, he would win.
Oh yeah,
Like he would
yeah,
like
for sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Can't get him on my podcast. I see you, Adrian. Justin, every time I see him, he's like, bro, I know. Like you don't need to. I know. I'm trying to work some things. I'll be there, whatever. And I'm
He's
like,
so
don't-
busy.
I'm like, don't worry about it, dude.
Yeah,
Like, you
now
know.
he's working on his own too. He's doing that
Yeah.
right now.
Now he's
so.
doing, and then he's doing that other show and whatever. It's very
Yeah.
inspiring. So, are you guys? I was looking at your Instagram. Obviously, that's how we know each other. Like, who runs your Instagram? You
no,
both?
I'm not on social media as much.
So you guys
as
both
him.
run it?
Yeah,
I
he's
try to
on
stay on it.
more
Yeah,
than
I try to
am.
stay on it a little bit more.
The thing with the couples, we don't sell them shirts. We give them
Give 'em.
shirts,
Yeah.
you know. And we actually just got invited to Vixen and Beard inside the Galleria.
yeah,
we
of
got
course.
we actually
That's where that's where we heard about you.
Yeah, I had them on. I had him on my podcast.
Yeah.
It just that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Like I always ask
networking.
people, always ask, why did you do the podcast? I'm like, because there's so many amazing stories that are not big enough. Where obviously, but they're awesome for people to hear.
Yeah.
Like even that, like he went from that to then this, and then he has the
Yes,
neck, and then
yeah.
you know what I mean? And it's like now
Yeah.
he has a huge store in the Tyler Mall.
Yeah.
Like,
Exactly.
You know?
And he's so welcoming. Well, we actually worked with Anna, I believe. Is that her name, Anna? His wife. So we worked with her as far as setting up the little pop-up in there.
Yes.
And she loves the clothing line as well. And she's like, let's get merchandise in here.
For
So-
sure.
Yeah.
And to help out someone else like that, that's huge. That's huge, so.
And I wonder if there's a shift, like especially out here. Like I have a thing where like I only wear brands with people that I know. Like everyone was like, oh, then I'm like, why do I want to wear like Gucci or whatever the brand
Yeah.
is? It's like if it's not someone I know's brand, I'm wearing a blank T-shirt. Like I
Yeah.
tell people all the time, it's
Yeah.
like blank T-shirts or someone I know.
Yeah.
Like other than that, I won't. Like I only wear One Love IE hats. I have no desire to buy any other hat. I only wear One Love IE
Yeah.
hats. Like what? Why not? You know what I mean? I have
Yeah.
no reason not to. If I'm gonna support people and wear stuff, why would I not wear?
And he's
something?
local,
Yeah, that's what I'm
too.
saying. He's
He's a
local. He's a
local
support
guy.
guy, and I've known him
Yeah.
since we were 10. So
Oh, there you go.
he
Yeah.
used to sell candy in high school together. So
That's
he's been
awesome.
hustling since day one.
Yeah.
That is
So
cool.
what is? Has it gone to print yet? The new shirt yet or no?
No, not yet. Not yet. We're still kind of working what we have, the merchandise that we have right now, and then we're gonna get some things going.
Yeah. So the hats are actually new. So I want to get those in Vixen and Beard because we dropped off some shirts and tank tops and stickers in there. We did a little pop-up in there, and she said, come back anytime. So I think and hopefully in October we'll have something going, and we'll be able to take our new merch in there.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So you're obviously a little nervous with all of this. In the perfect world, where do you guys want to see? Is it just like as it comes, you guys are going to go with it? Or now you're starting to be like, oh crap, this is turning into something. It's almost forcing your hand to like think like, okay, what's the next step? Yeah. Like, where are you guys kind of at it right now as a business?
To be honest with you, I'm just gonna.
Well, listen,
take
if you're gonna lie to me,
then
that's not gonna be on the podcast.
At this point in time, we're gonna start being honest with you now. Yeah.
25 minutes into the podcast, she's gonna tell the truth.
Still on a beach cruiser.
Oh my gosh, I can't answer after that. No, I just see how it just to take it one day at a time. Yeah, just to see.
And I think that's the best thing because that's what's so great about when you're in the position you guys are in, because it's like if it works, great. If not, it's not like it's your livelihood. Like you're just doing this because it's fun.
Right.
It's like a hobby at almost anything else. Are you thinking differently?
No, I'm in the same boat because none of this was planned.
Yeah.
From the very beginning, it wasn't planned. We were just going to go out there and have fun on our bikes and, let my hair blow in the wind. And, that was it. There was no idea about selling merch and starting our own business, and let alone getting an LLC. I never thought that.
Yeah.
So.
And then be on a podcast.
And be on a podcast. Be on a podcast. It's pretty awesome.
That's so awesome just to see like the beginning steps of it. Do you remember the first moment, because I always try to ask these people a question because I think it's an epic moment. Do you ever remember the moment exactly where it went from like, maybe we should start selling stuff? Do you remember it?
Yes, he put it on me because I'm okay with just wearing it, and but he was just like, everybody keeps asking, when are you gonna do it, and he was just like, I don't want to do it unless you're on board with it. So it's pretty much, because I'm part-time and because I have more time, it has to be on me. And I was nervous doing it because it's an unknown world. It's a little, intimidating and
she did
just
great
a little
too.
scary. And I just had some supporters. I asked for help, and everybody's been really great. And the response to it, just,
I think especially the phase that you're in, business is weird. It's when you're low, like when you're like starting out, everyone's like super supportive. But then if you get ever really super big, people are like, "Oh, look at these guys." But it's amazing to see the people that actually want to help and support. And then that's like the cool. That's why I think bikes are cool.
Yeah.
Like I don't care what anyone says, but a bike community, like. Everyone kind of, because you know what I think it is? If you get a flat tire on the side of the road and someone can help you, they're going to stop and help you.
Oh, yeah.
If I ever see a biker, I have tools in my car. If I ever see a biker stop and I could tell he can't fix his own stuff, I pull over and go like, what can we do? Yeah. I literally when I was riding a lot, I would carry extra bike stuff.
Yeah. A lot of people do that
pumps
too.
and tools and tubes and
people are giving tubes away left and right when they're out there because someone has a flat and didn't bring a tube.
Yeah,
and that's awesome. Where do you see that?
Exactly, and I think that's why then it transitions into everything else. Like I love what you're wearing. Let me support you on those kind of things.
And that's a big thing. And that's what one of the guys was telling me. He's like, whatever you put on, I'm going to buy.
Yes.
And I was like, it makes me feel good, but in a sense, I was like, but what if it's bad and you're still buying it? Like, tell me something though.
Yeah, exactly. I need some criticism. Yeah. It's not gonna work. I remember the first time I ever. The only thing I don't like about road bikes is what you have to wear. You know what I mean? Like that.
Side gear.
The freaking slide up and it's over your shoulders. I remember the
like
first
you're about
time,
to start wrestling.
I think the first time I like looked at myself in the mirror and like I was like about to go on a ride and I had my shoes on and my helmet and my big glasses on. I looked at myself in the mirror and I'm like, what have you become? Like what? Who is this person?
A pro wrestler.
Yeah, exactly. Like, is it Halloween today? You know what I mean? And then like the only thing I hate is like with our shoes, you have to like clink around. When you go into the store, you're like clinking everywhere and all that stuff. It's and actually now I miss riding. I might go.
Date night.
Yeah, date night. Yeah, right.
There you go.
It was my girlfriend wanted to get into bikes, but it was one of those things where I was riding really fast, and then we'd had to get her an e-bike, and this was during like where bikes were. I way overpaid for my bikes. I already know it, but like back then I couldn't even get an e-bike, and they're so expensive. E-bikes are just so expensive. I don't think people I never thought how much I would spend on bikes. I mean, obviously it was at the worst time, but. So how many bikes have you gone through? You just one? You got one, or are you like a bike collector?
Oh my gosh.
You're a BMX bike collector?
We actually sold one. We're down to five or six, I think it
I
is.
think we have
Yeah, I still have my stretch beach cruiser that'll never
Never
be
go anywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's never. It's just eye candy. That's
Yeah.
about it. So we have probably about three or four in storage, just sitting there.
Just
So,
hanging.
yeah.
Just in case.
Just in case. Well, we have friends that like to ride
Yeah.
with us too, so we'll pull them out when the friends want to come and ride, and it's cool. It gets them involved too, and
That don't have bikes. Yeah.
yeah, and they see what's going on our Instagram. They're like, we want to be part of that.
Yeah.
I have a friend who moved to Arizona. He's like, bro, I just want to come back and ride with you guys.
Ride with
I was
bikes,
like, well, come back.
Yeah, come on back. So what is the schedule you guys
Yeah.
got right now on bikes? What is like, if someone's like watching this podcast and they're like, hey, I want to join, or I want to come ride, or I want to, like, what is the schedule looking like now?
We actually have to leave pretty soon because we have a ride.
Oh, really?
No, just kidding.
Yeah.
We have one at 6:30, 7 o'clock tonight. There's
Okay.
one we're going to be up at Central, the plaza.
Up at the plaza?
Yeah, they meet back there. That's another one that we ride with too. It's it's more for our age.
Yeah, a little
It's
slower pace.
Yeah, age appropriate. So.
Age appropriate. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yeah, so we do ride with a bunch of other crews,
Yeah.
but our personal ride is every other Friday. For we pretty much like to do it couples only.
Couples only.
Just for the sake of having a date night. I guess,
Yeah,
you know?
and it's cool because we have like couples that say they have their babysitter scheduled for that night, so they can
Yeah.
get out and ride, just them two.
How do you,
So,
man, I just don't know if I would, like, load it up on food. I don't know if I could go ride a bike after that.
at the end.
Yeah.
At
I'll
the
It's
take
at
end.
the
that.
end,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we'll do our 10 miles, we'll come back and we'll
Okay,
eat
good.
and we're good.
All
And
right. If
that's
it was
it.
a reverse, I would
No,
be like,
no,
oh,
no,
I'm
no,
staying
no,
here.
no.
Good luck.
We're riding with the youngsters over here too, and we'd stop at like some Mexican restaurant and they'd come out with a big old carne asada burrito and then still do 10 more miles.
Yeah.
And
I don't know how they
yeah,
do that.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. No,
Yeah.
I'll get a drink.
Yeah, exactly.
A snack.
You're like, I'm cramping halfway
Yeah.
through for sure. So what is is the best way? Do you guys post? Yeah, obviously you ride with different groups. So do you guys post their riding schedule? So if someone follows you, they'll know when the rides are coming up, or because obviously I want people to come follow you guys first and then kind of go from there.
Yeah, yeah.
So you guys repost ride times?
Yeah, normally I'll post a lot of the stuff we're gonna ride.
Got it.
So at least they know we're gonna be out there with them too, because some of them are fairly new riders. So.
For sure.
But yeah, like I said, we're down a lot of crews. They'll shoot stuff to us, and and I'll post it up for them too. But for the most part, just stuff that we're gonna ride.
And then where can they buy some shirts from you guys?
Yeah, I just put up the website, so there's a few items on there.
Got it.
The
Yeah.
link is on our Instagram too.
Link is in the
Yeah,
Instagram.
yeah.
Well, perfect. So this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna try to get out and ride with you guys. I'll ride my-
Hey, yeah, let's
we
go.
have a wife for your bike if you
Exactly.
this is
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh, exactly.
Yeah.
Except I might need a BMX bike because I only have mountain bike.
We
or road
have
bike.
two.
That's perfect. See, there you go.
We'll pull them out of the
But,
storage and
Yeah.
clean them up for you.
Yeah, they have it's a bunch of different bikes that are out there. It's not just BMX.
Yeah.
What is
Our electric bikes.
yeah, the electric
they
bikes.
ride with
cheaters.
us.
Get out.
Yeah, that's.
Don't listen.
They're so. You know what?
I
They're
remember.
such cool
I swear to
people,
God,
though,
I remember
man.
one time I was
Yeah.
riding a mountain bike and I was climbing with a guy and he's like, "It's just like the same." I'm like, "It's not.
Not.
You're
No.
literally like." Talking perfectly fine. I'm way better shape than you, and I'm
Gassed.
dying.
Yeah.
I'm gassed out.
Yeah.
You're taking phone calls. Like, get the heck out of it. The moment,
Oh, look at him.
the moment you think it's the
He's all
same,
recording.
the moment you think it's the same, you've never done the other
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
It's just like if you've never experienced
Yeah.
bike butt, you don't ever know. Like, you never know what
And
we're
you
talking
can't
about.
experience that on an e-bike
you
too.
can't experience. You're
Their
not
seats
ever
look
gonna
so
get
comfortable.
that. I know, exactly. They're like the big wide ones.
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever.
Yeah,
like
when I first
love
started,
seat
I
on
wanted a
there.
beach cruiser seat for it because I couldn't get used to it. But then
You get
just
over it.
kinda-
Yeah.
Then-
It didn't look right.
She wanted
If
me
you're
to put
gonna
a beach
ride,
cruiser.
you gotta go through the butt.
You do.
Right.
Like
Say your
buffet.
dues.
You gotta go through the pain.
Yeah, pay
You
your
gotta
dues.
sit with the pillow on the couch. You know what I mean? That's what you gotta do.
Yeah.
It's like a
donut.
passage. You know what I mean? Like gangs you get jumped in, bike gangs you gotta
Bike
deal
butt.
with.
You
You
gotta
got bike
get
butt.
bike butt. Yeah.
Initiation is bike butt.
Yeah.
If you can't go through bike butt, you don't deserve a ride.
Yeah.
I don't care who you
Yeah.
are. That you can't
Right?
do that. If you guys come out with a shirt and it says bike butt, I will totally buy.
Okay, that's
everyone
our
you
next
have.
one. Yeah,
That would be the new shirt.
That's
It'll be
better.
like one of the swollen butts or something.
Yeah,
on
exactly.
it.
Like welcome to the bike
Yeah.
world. You've never ridden a bike if you don't know what this means.
Yeah, and you have to fall at least
Bike
once.
face.
Oh,
You have to.
dude.
That's what they told me in the beginning. I was like, but I don't want to fall. I'm old. I won't get
Yeah.
up, But
Everyone falls.
everyone, that's part of it.
I laugh so hard because I'm like, I don't remember bikes being this hard to ride when I was a kid. And now I like fall over and then now like, oh, you got to be clipped in. I'm like, I don't want to be clipped in. I can't get my foot out fast enough. I just fall over.
Pull a Biden
I'll
over
never.
there.
I was one time. What happened? This is when I was really riding. I like had to drop my car off to get like. I had a Sprinter van at the time. I had to get it worked on. I was like, I'll just ride my mountain bike. It's like 10 miles.
Yeah.
I'll put my clips on so then it's easy. I clip in, and I'm not good at clips. And I went to go stop, and I went to unclip, and I couldn't unclip, and I just like fell.
Boom.
I just fell over in the street, and I'm like, looking around. And they're like, I just would think like if I'm sitting here and I look over and this guy just like falls over, like, do you not know? Put your foot down.
Feet.
Feet.
Floor-
You,
yeah.
you put your foot
Yeah.
down, and it's such like the worst thing because there's nothing you can do about it. You're just going.
You know I can waste no time, cause I gotta keep it tight. I'm in my bag, got my eyes on the price. You know I can waste no time, cause I gotta keep it tight. I'm in my bag, got my eyes on the price. You know I can waste no time, cause I gotta keep it tight. Give me the bass, give me the beat. I'm in my bag, this round is on me. Give me the bass, give me the beat. I'm in my bag, this round is on me. Give me the bass, give me the beat. I'm in my bag, this round is on me. Give me the bass, give me the beat. I'm in my bag, this round is on me.
She fell in slow motion too before.
Yeah.
It's slow motion falling.
It was my first time falling, and it was slow motion.
Yeah.
Every fall
It
slow
was
motion.
weird. No, it was really slow motion.
Yeah.
They really.
It was
I'm watching her. I'm all,
weird.
Like almost you have time to go catch her, but then you're kind of like,
That's what he was
she
like. "You
deserves
fell."
it.
Yeah.
She deserves it.
And you don't have clips. So
You're
it's
like,
kind
don't embarrass me. Put your foot down.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
it was
you know what I
there
mean?
was so many people, and I just told. I felt like I fell in slow motion. He goes, "You did."
Yeah.
I was like, "Why did you go save me then?" He was like, "There was two people ahead.
Can
of me. I
we
couldn't."
ask what made you fall over?
It was just too many people. It was just because we were at the beach, right?
Yeah,
we were at
kinda
Huntington
bottlenecks.
Beach,
Yeah.
and we went down a dead end, so everybody was going to go by the bike path. So
yeah.
everybody was trying to go on the sidewalks, and I let the person go in front of me on an e-bike.
First mistake of
Dummy.
your life.
Uh,
That's what you
so
get.
I hit the back of the tire, and I couldn't. There was nothing for me to catch. My feet weren't touching the ground, and I just did it.
Yeah. And it was.
And I think I fainted, to be honest with you, because I just remember falling, and somebody came up there like, get him, because there's like over 500 people.
Yeah, it's
and
a
I
lot.
was like, well, shit, let me fall first. I don't remember falling, so I think I passed out.
Well,
wake
you're like, I'm so embarrassed. If I just don't remember, it didn't happen.
I'm
That- I
good.
think that was
Yeah.
the whole
I'm
thing.
good.
That was the whole
Yeah.
thing. Like, I don't even remember.
I was wearing the linked up jersey. I want to take it off so nobody
Yeah.
knows me.
Yeah.
Like-
Well, this is bad. You're like,
No, take
babe,
it
this
off.
is bad for the
Yeah.
brand.
It
Who
is.
is gonna buy the brand when you fall over
Yeah,
like
when
that?
you're on the floor.
Everyone knew it was me.
You rookie. They're probably like, you don't even know what bike butt is. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, what are you doing here?
Just tell her when you're
Yeah.
clipped in.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, I was clipped in. Sorry, I couldn't unclip fast
Yeah.
enough.
There was a lot of people falling that day, though, so I
Yeah,
wasn't
they
the
did.
only one, so I didn't feel bad.
That's good.
But she was the only
Dude,
one wearing
500
that shirt.
people. That's actually
Yeah,
pretty
there was a
impressive.
lot.
That there's that way to get that many people in one place
Yeah.
at one time.
It's
I mean,
pretty cool.
that's really impressive.
It really
Yeah.
is.
I mean, they have their annual rides. A lot of
Those are
people,
the best
show up
ones.
for those. And
Yeah.
then there's the First Saturday rides. Electric Light Parade has their once a month ride. You know,
You guys got a 7-day schedule.
yeah.
We
got
really
enough-
do.
you literally-
we do. And it's funny because I'm more of an introvert, so it's like once I'm home, I'm just like, I want to stay
Yeah.
home now.
Yeah.
I was like, I really want to stay home. She's like, let's go, and I'm like,
She's like, I've been brought
Yeah.
up all day.
Yeah.
I love these grandkids, but I gotta go. We need a break.
Yep.
We need a break.
yeah. When she's
Did the
ready to go.
How old are the grandkids?
1 and 2.
Oh, they're not old enough to go
Baby.
out yet. Do you ever
But
take
they
them
have
out?
Their bikes. They have their bike. They
Yeah,
have
but
one has a
Strider-
little Strider.
Striders,
And,
yeah. I do like the new bikes where they have the kids actually in front now. I kind of like that.
Oh, we
style.
got one of those little seats for
Yeah, little
one of our
seats on front,
grandkids,
yeah.
but it just didn't work out for the
Yeah, our
wheels.
my wheels are too big because he would ride with me, so my
Oh.
wheels are way too wide.
they
So his
just-
feet were
Yeah.
hitting
just
it.
hitting the wheels. Yeah, that does not gonna work.
Yeah.
And we'd fall.
Yeah. And then you fall, and then you have
I'd
a
crush
kid.
him.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean,
Not good.
there's a few things in life, but if it's caught on camera, your career's kind of over. I think crushing a little baby.
Yeah.
I think linked up is done.
Yeah,
right?
it really is.
Like I don't think no one could support that brand.
Yeah.
These are the little things we worry about
that
nowadays.
takes baby legs to a whole nother.
Yeah, baby,
meaning.
exactly. 100%.
That's another thing too, baby legs. So.
Yes, 100%. I totally agree. The worst, I mean, you guys are single, no gear, which is tough. So for you guys, like, what do you guys like? Do you guys try to keep the routes with like no hills?
I try for the sake of me not wanting to do the hills, but I mean, you know, they keep saying no hills, no thrills. So
I guess, but
Yeah.
But I mean, we did add one last time, and it was cool.
It was a
So-
gradual climb,
which,
and that
which
killed everybody.
was it in Riverside?
Yeah, so we went over La Sierra, over the bridge, over
Yeah.
the freeway, and then we made a right on Indiana, and then what's the name? Arimna. Let's go Arimna right off of it. And so we went up that hill, and it's just a slow, gradual, and I think those are the ones that really get you.
Because you don't process it.
You don't.
You're
You
just
don't.
like, why am I so tired?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so it got a few people on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, and then going down sometimes too. You get a little quicker than you think you're going.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you start getting wobbly legs or wobbly
man.
wheels, and
Yeah.
it's just
And then people record a lot. So I know you guys don't record too much when
No,
you're
we're
riding.
riding
So
so fast,
everyone's recording when we're on a ride. And if somebody drops their phone, you're trying to swerve.
Uh-huh.
You know, there's just a lot of moving parts around there, and you could get hurt out there.
yeah. It's I tell you, the group rides was one of the, I will swear to God, one of the scariest things I've ever done, because you just think like if I go down, I'm for sure taking someone
Yeah.
else down.
Yeah.
And then who do they take down? And then all of a sudden it could be a mess. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
When we first started riding, I noticed a lot of couples that would fall because they were riding so close together.
Yeah, you can't
They're-
ride.
they're
Your
on
bars
that
you hit.
right.
Your bars
Yeah.
lock. You
Yeah.
can't ride bar
So
bar
we
to
don't
bar.
ride together.
Yeah. Well, she always takes off on me anyways. And I'm
Oh,
like,
wow.
what are you doing?
It's because I don't want to get left behind. Because
Yeah.
I'm still, I'm not that advanced.
But yeah, people don't
But-
process it. With bars clip,
yeah.
you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're going
for
down.
Sure. It's pretty scary.
There's a reason why road bikes don't have arms. That's why.
Oh, yeah.
Because they easy to clip. Oh my god.
Yeah, and if you hit someone, if you're riding in the back of them and you hit someone, you're going down.
100%.
Yeah.
They'll be fine.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
You'll
They'll keep
go
on
down.
trucking, but
Yeah.
you're going down.
The problems we think of. Well, so when's your guys' next ride? Friday?
It will be this Friday.
This Friday.
Date night Friday.
Date night
Yes.
Friday.
So hopefully it doesn't rain. We had one 2 weeks ago and it rained.
Oh,
and it
really?
kinda-
Yeah.
We've been getting
What's
so much
up
rain
with
this year.
that?
So weird.
So then what happens on there? Is it like a text go out, like no
Well,
ride, or
yeah, we
or you
just-
guys just do dinner and just say we leave the bikes in the car?
We actually met up there still. People came down from high desert, and I
Yeah.
was so upset about the rain, but we just kind of turned it into, it was still date night. We got to
Yeah.
eat.
Yeah.
Just missed the ride.
Who picks the restaurants? You
Yeah, I pretty much did last time. Last time we went to Airport Cafe.
guys, thank you. See, look it. You were nervous. You did great.
Thank you. You're awesome.
I try to do this. If you were like, you're so good at this, I'm like, I've done it once or twice.
Yeah. A few
A
times.
few times. So make sure you guys go follow them on social. If you're into bikes, make sure you go and ride some bikes with them. I'm for sure going to try to get out there because the pace is a little bit slower. You know what I mean? But I'll tell you what, no one will know, but I'll have some bike shorts underneath my shorts, just so you know.
No one will know.
No
Oh
one
my
will know.
gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to have this big padded
We
butt.
won't tell them.
Yeah, we won't tell. We'll have diaper butt. It'll be
Diaper
wanting-
butt.
Diaper
There you
butt.
go.
No one even know what I'm doing. So make sure you go follow them. If you're into bikes, hit them up. Keep an eye out for the drop. Do we know when the drop's coming?
Not yet. Probably a couple more months.
And if you're at the
Yeah.
Tyler Mall,
Yeah.
stop by
Yeah,
Vixen's
Vixen
Beer.
Yes.
Just stop by, see their stuff, purchase it, support locals. That's what we're here to do. And until next time, guys, thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate it. Until next time, guys, peace.